Aloha and welcome to Get Happy. And this is a deep program. This isn't. This is a series of videos that I'm doing, and I'm doing them because I experience a lot of joy in my life, and it's a deep joy. And I'm realizing that maybe you don't know me, and you're like, who is this lady, and who does she think she is to talk about Get Happy? What is that? I don't have a bazillion degrees. I have a degree from college, but that's for business. Has nothing to do with Get Happy. And in fact, let me bring that up because that brings up a good point. I wanted to get a degree for the sake of getting a degree, a bachelor's degree. It's something I started as it was a dream of mine at age 15. I graduated high school a year early. I worked really hard to get out, to get into college. And you know what? It didn't work for me. Without going into a big story, it just wasn't the right match for me at that time. So I left college. I went to work. I met a guy. I got married. I had kids, and I did that whole thing. And yet I still felt like I wanted to do something else. I wanted that degree. And as such, my life changed drastically when I was in my late 30s, and around 41, 42, I went back to school and I got the degree. It took me a few years and a lot of work. And I will say that when I marched down with everyone at graduation, I felt a deep joy in that I had accomplished something. So there is that sense of when we do something, we set a goal and we work towards that goal and we reach that goal, there can be that deep joy that we experience. And it lasted for the day. But it wasn't the long-lasting kind of joy that I thought it would bring me. I have no regrets. It was a wonderful thing. I haven't studied happiness. I don't have any advanced degrees in happiness. I'm not a psychologist. I'm a person who has lived her life and has been observant of her life for a long time. And I wanted to share today, this is kind of a vulnerable picture I'm going to share with you, because in this picture, you're going to see that I have a smile on my face. But the degree of happiness in that Isla was far less than it is now. Now you can see I'm a much larger person here. And it wasn't, you can be fat and happy. It was much deeper than that. And I share that with you because I want you to see that, we all have our ups and downs. And this was a hard time for me. This was a few years ago, 2017, and it's 2021 now. And I did have to go through some medical challenges. I a year later was diagnosed with uterine cancer, had surgery. I'm a natural healing kind of person, so I didn't do any chemo, and they didn't recommend it, but I wouldn't have done it anyway. I just do what I can do for my health. And one of the things that has proven to be extremely valuable in my happiness is the food that I eat. I realized throughout my life that if I had a candy bar today, I'd want 2 tomorrow and 3 the next day. But nobody talked about sugar as an addiction throughout my life. But somebody does now. Her name is Susan Pierce Thompson. She does this program. She created this program. She's a neuroscientist called Bright Line Eating. I am not here to promote anybody's anything. I'm just here to say that when she talked about sugar as an addiction, that it's as addictive, if not more so, than cocaine or alcohol. I was like, oh my gosh, wow. And it took a while for me to come to terms with that because let's face it, realizing that we have an addiction to whatever is very, very challenging. But once I did, and then I traced it back, way back to the age of 5, when I was sent to the deli around the corner to get my mom get us milk. 5 years old. And I took, 5 cents and bought, at that time, 1965, I bought a candy bar and I ate it before I got home. I knew that I'd get in trouble for doing that. So I was smart enough to hurry up and eat it, except it was all over my face, right? I could trace back to then my addiction to sugar and how that impacted my entire life. So now I'm at this place, I don't eat sugar anymore. I don't eat flour anymore because flour turns to sugar. I don't drink alcohol anymore. I wouldn't consider myself an alcoholic. I didn't have a problem with alcohol, but alcohol turns to sugar. So I don't do that anymore. And you might think, oh my gosh, well, what's the point of living if you're not able to eat sweets and you're not able to have a few drinks on Friday night and you're not biting into that baguette slathered in butter? What's the point? But you know what? By letting go of that and not thinking about it, oh, I'll never eat that again or I'll never drink that again. I don't think that way. I'm just here today. So one of the things that I see about getting happy, being happy, and the deeper happiness is, first of all, being in this moment. What is your truth now? Has any of the things that I said to you regarding sugar or flour or weight, being overweight, underweight, having a challenging relationship with food, addiction, alcohol, drugs, any of that trigger anything for you? That's someplace to look in the now. And it's important to look like you would look at your friend's life in a kind and loving way, rather than judgmental and making yourself wrong. I'm not wrong for the sugar addiction. So much of our society is encouraging us to take drugs. We see drug ads all the time. We see soda ads. We see eat this, you'll feel better, and it's, a cake or ice cream. How many of you may have been raised to celebrate your birthday with a birthday cake, or celebrate you graduated from high school, let's go out to have pizza and ice cream. That's what our culture has done. So I'm learning how to redefine celebration. I don't celebrate with a cake anymore. Now I'm looking for experiences. And I can tell you that looking for an experience to celebrate something, birthday, anniversary, whatever, is much deeper joy than the piece of cake or the dinner or the drink, whatever those celebrations are. Being here in this moment, in your moment right now, is an opportunity to start thinking about and feeling about what is your truth. I've shared my truth, and because this is a video, unfortunately, I don't get to hear your truth, but I'd love to, and you can make comments on the bottom of the video anytime you want. And what is your truth? Have you been struggling with weight, either overweight or underweight? There's a lot of people with overweight and health issues. I am the healthiest, the strongest, the most agile I have been in my entire life, and I am 60 years old. I now, once I, in a healthy way, remove the weight and am able to maintain the weight, maintain my size to where I feel comfortable, where I feel is right for me. I go out and walk/jog 2 to 4 miles a few days a week. I play tennis once a week. I play pickleball once a week. I was up on a paddle board. I was actually able to balance on a paddle board for a half an hour. It was amazing. I just bought an electric bike. I'm biking. So my joy, my happiness is now different than it used to be, and it's deeper than it used to be. Now those are activities, right? But they understand that those things feed me. I don't do them to please other people. I do them because it feeds my body's need to move, to have movement in my life. And if I'm on a pickleball court with other people and we're hitting and we're laughing, we're getting exercise, we're interacting, it's beautiful. I love that. The magic of connection. And after a year for many people, many of us, in some sort of isolation, having the opportunity to be out there, hitting the ball and laughing with people, it's beautiful. I appreciated it before a pandemic happened. I appreciate it more now. And I'll bring up one more topic for this video, and that is gratitude. I find when I'm in a mood or a space that is less than happy, I look at what could I be grateful for right now? Where is the gratitude? I happen to live in Hawaii. This photo here, I took this a few years ago. I can ride about 20 minutes and see waves like this. I can look out my window and see the ocean and see Maui and a bazillion palm trees that we've planted over the years. I am blessed, and I am grateful for that. I'm grateful to be in this body. I was even grateful to be in this body. I was grateful to be in this body because it took me around. It allowed me to have a life. So it's to be grateful for what we have in the moment that we have it. And it can be as complicated as we want it to be or as simple as we want it to be. I look for gratitude throughout the day, and I encourage you to do that. Look for ways to be grateful for moments in your life and not things in your life. I did this on the intro. I said, you can go out. This is a beautiful quartz crystal. You can go to the store and you can see this and say, oh my gosh, I want one of those because it's pretty and it has positive energy, right? This will amplify positive energy. Okay, I'm going to go get me some crystals. And you go to the store and it's all an adventure and it's fun and you come home with the crystal and then you put the crystal on the table. That's it. Does it continue to bring joy? It might. Phones, right? Get the latest phone, we're told, and you'll be happier. Well, it makes life easier in some ways and more difficult in others, right? Because a lot of us are doing this rather than connecting with one another. Look for moments in your day that bring you joy. Maybe when you're brushing your teeth, look into your eyes in the mirror and take a moment while you're doing that. We all do that, right? We brush our teeth. Sometimes we're busy and we're not thinking. But if you're able to, take a moment and look into your eyes. Look into the eyes of that person who's brushing their teeth and really look at their eyes and give gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for all you do for me. You're saying it to yourself. I am grateful for what I do for me. I'm doing the best I can today. Say that to yourself. I'm doing the best I can today. No judgments. And then take it a step further as you're looking into your eyes and you're saying, thank you. Thank you for all you've done for me to be here at this moment in time. And you look into your eyes and you look into them really, really closely and you say, I love you. I love you. You do that 5 times and you will feel the love for yourself, from yourself. That's where I'm going to leave you today as part of this series looking at how to get happy. Have a beautiful day. Aloha.